Good evening, friends. Thank you so much for joining us on 13 Plus. I'm Mary Coleman. Let me mute this so you don't hear a little bit of our audio here. There we go. Well, mental health can often carry a stigma for some professionals who fear that they may be judged. When it comes to airline pilots, many fear their mental health could cost them their job even. Our national investigative team found out how many are withholding information to protect their livelihood.
Apollo 11 pilot Buzz Aldrin once said, "Fighter pilots have ice in their veins. They don't have emotions, they think, anticipate." Some of the same could be said for airline pilots whose decisions impact the safety of countless passengers every day.
From long lines at security to bumps that can happen once you're off the ground, for many of us, the thought of flying can be stress-inducing.
But for some pilots, they often keep the stress of their job or personal lives to themselves out of fear of losing their wings. One study reported nearly 27% of pilots acknowledged withholding information about their mental health, and 56% avoided accessing needed health care out of fear of losing their medical certificate.
We take a look at the stigma that some say has led to a culture of silence among pilots and the efforts to break down the barriers for aviators to get help for mental health. October 22nd, 2023.
Yes, we need law enforcement.
Alaska Airlines Flight 2059 from Everett, Washington to San Francisco diverts to Portland, Oregon after an unthinkable mid-flight incident.
What was the highest level that occurred? It escalated to a 4.
A level 4 threat, the highest possible, signifying a breach in the flight deck. That threat from a man who Alaska Airlines said had clearance to be inside the cockpit.
It seems like he settled down as soon as he, after one moment of going a little bit overboard.
Court documents allege off-duty Alaska Airlines pilot Joseph Emerson was riding in the cockpit jump seat when he said, quote, "I'm not okay," and attempted to crash the plane by shutting off its engines. In a statement, Alaska Airlines said engine power was not lost, and the captain and first officer responded quickly. The flight crew relayed updates to the ground as the harrowing situation was de-escalated.
Threat is now in the back of the airplane, so we're reduced on the threat level.
According to court documents, Emerson told federal investigators he believed he had a nervous breakdown. He also admitted to police he had been dealing with depression and had not slept in 40 hours. He also talked about trying psychedelic mushrooms for the first time.
And so this can result.
University of North Dakota neurologist Dr. William Hoffman did not treat Emerson, but he says airline pilots face tremendous pressure on the job and often compartmentalize their personal life.
The type of person who is willing to be at 35,000 feet and have complete responsibility for 250 people over the North Atlantic, and at any moment be ready for an engine failure, a hydraulic failure, a medical emergency, and a bad weather storm, may not be the same type of skill set that will easily raise their hand and say, you know what, I think I might need to step away to get some help.
Dennis Tager, an American Airlines captain and a spokesperson for its pilots union, says pilots not only cope with high stress on the job, but a difficult lifestyle that often forces them to go at it alone.
The pilot profession is really a lonely profession. It's a rewarding profession, but you're out on the road a lot. It puts stress on family and personal things that other professions, many of them don't have. It's always been that way. We don't talk much about it, but we know internally that stress.
A culture of silence that research shows is fueled by fear of losing their wings if they speak out about their mental health. A 2016 study published by the National Institutes of Health found hundreds of airline pilots are managing depressive symptoms and possibly afraid to seek treatment due to the fear of negative career impacts. Pilot and former NTSB Vice Chairman Bruce Landsberg echoed those concerns during an NTSB panel discussion on pilot mental health in December of 2023.
Our son lost his life due to post-traumatic stress. So I understand this firsthand. I'm also an active pilot, have been for much longer than I will admit to. But I voluntarily grounded myself and took advantage of some counseling. Did I report this to the FAA? No, I did not.
The FAA says it relies on pilots to self-report any mental health issues on their medical certification form, which an aviation medical examiner will consider when deciding whether to allow a pilot in the cockpit. In a video statement posted on its YouTube channel, Federal Air Surgeon Dr. Susan Northrup says the agency is trying to remove stigma from encouraging pilots to open up about their mental health.
Through our educational and outreach efforts, we have attempted to dispel the myths. A mental health diagnosis is not a career ender.
Bipolar disease, personality disorder, psychosis, and substance use disorder automatically bar a pilot from obtaining a medical certificate. The FAA adds it updated its guidelines in May 2024 to allow pilots to be treated with Cymbalta, Effexor, and Pristiq, all medications that doctors say can be used to treat anxiety and depression. In his research, Dr. Hoffman found the decision to open up about their mental health versus the potential financial losses of losing their wings and significantly impact pilots.
This paradigm can at times leave some pilots weighing the risks of stepping away or disclosing health information against the risks to their career. How bad does mild anxiety need to be for the potential walking away from flying for 6 months or longer?
As for Joseph Emerson, Alaska Airlines confirmed he completed his FAA medical certifications, and at no point were his certifications denied, suspended, or revoked. Emerson was relieved of his duties at Alaska Airlines and was criminally charged, but he pleaded not guilty and was set free on bond in December of 2023. Emerson's wife Sarah told reporters she believes one good thing could result from her husband's case.
I'm saddened that this situation had to happen to my husband and to these people that it affected, but I know that this has created a movement and momentum to help thousands of other pilots.
We reached out to the FAA, who said it couldn't comment on Emerson's case. The agency did tell us it's committed to prioritizing the mental health of pilots, and it created the Aviation Rulemaking Committee, or ARC, to address this issue. In April 2024, ARC released 24 recommendations, including creating a non-punitive pathway for disclosing mental health conditions and treatments. The FAA will determine the next steps after reviewing those recommendations.
Well, friends, don't forget all of the places that you can check us out on. 13 News is on most streaming platforms, 13 Plus, Android TV, YouTube TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, or Roku, or you can go to KOLD.com/livestream. And as promised, we want to bring in 13 First Alert meteorologist Corey Coates for a look at what that weather is looking like. Corey, Friday Eve, lots of people curious.
Yes, and it was hot today.
Yep.
We got up to 107, which is one shy of our record. Going to be a little cooler tomorrow, but still a little bit hotter than you'd like, and a lot of triple digits to go around. So we'd love to see some rain, absolutely, and looks like it looks nice out there right now. If we could take a look at our Bigelow camera here, nice looking sunset on the sun. As the sun sets on, I'd say likely our hottest day we will see for the rest of the year. Hopefully, my goodness, that would be that would not be fun. That would not be fun here. So, but we're not the only ones dealing with the heat, guys. And I think you gotta stay positive, right? At least we're not in Phoenix, where today 116 that actually tied their all-time September record for those temperatures, and they got to 56 110 plus days. That breaks the record set last year that I don't know if anyone thought they were going to touch it again. Keep in mind, their normal is 21 110 plus days over the last 30 years. 56, and they still have more 110s that could tack on. Excessive heat warning for much of the Southwest, where you see that pink. A lot of Arizona, Southern California, and Southern Nevada, including Las Vegas. And it's going to extend through to Friday for the region up through Phoenix. You guys out east are not dealing with that excessive heat, luckily. Right now, still hot, still in the triple digits, 101 in Tucson, still 110 plus in Phoenix at 111 as it's getting dark there, so that's pretty ridiculous. This evening in Tucson, we'll see temperatures begin to cool to the 90s over the next hour or so. Low 90s by 9, upper 80s by 11 o'clock. Tomorrow in Tucson, it'll be cooler, still a little hot. 103. 10% chance for those showers and storms and breezy. I'll also add 30-mile-per-hour gusts possible. Very slight chance for showers and storms. And this weekend, we're going to keep with those very low 10% chances for showers and storms, as well as it staying breezy. A little cooler, right around that triple-digit mark. Elsewhere, here's what to expect this weekend in terms of those high temperatures for the higher valley towns out east. Going to stick in really the 90s. Benson 93, Wilcox 94, 93, as well as 94, 93 in Douglas. Phoenix, I mean, I guess they'll take it, right? Not 110, 108 Saturday and Sunday for the weekend. Let's check on the moisture in the air where you see all that brown and orange. That is a lot of dry air, not allowing those storms to get going. You can see that little spinner kind of moving north to south just off to our east there in New Mexico, as well as a lot of storms to our south, but well to our south there in Sonora, Mexico. So yeah, so Snill's dealing with some storms out in New Mexico, but here dealing with nothing. You see that little green that kind of gets going near Tucson? That's just radar clutter. That's nothing meteorological or anything falling from the sky. So we're going to go through tomorrow night. We're going to clear out and just see some cloud cover. That green's not going to be reaching the surface, but we could. Hey, look at this. We'll take that. What is that? A little shower and storm activity possible during the afternoon. We're going to see that fizzle out by the evening, though. So very slight chances for it. Only a 10% chance, but better than nothing. We pretty much had no chance. So I guess moving in the right direction, kind of, for tomorrow. 20% chance in Safford, 40% chance in Hannigan Meadow, 20% chance in Ajo. And your 7-day forecast here. We keep with that first alert action day tomorrow, although it will be a good deal cooler, still a little hotter than you'd like. Breezy through the weekend, slight chances for showers and storms drying out from there, but we are tracking maybe late next week, maybe into next weekend, more widespread showers and storms possible. Possible, right? Very far in the future. Forecast is subject to change. I'll have more on that here at the 9 on Fox and at the 10 on CBS.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Corey. We're going to leave you with a quick live look from our Mount Bigelow cam where things are looking gorgeous as that sun sets. Again, we hope you'll join us for 13 News live at 9 and 10. See you.